Hello everyone. Welcome back to my car reviews. The reason why I didn't say my channel name is because 15 reviews is gone. It got deleted off of YouTube for apparently a child safety issue, but that's not going to stop us because we're going to make a new channel. So I don't know what the channel name is going to be called, but it's coming soon. So this is a 2024 Ford Mustang 5-liter 5.0. So this is the GT. This is the Mustang GT in this really nice shimmery dark matter gray, paint. It looks really nice. First things first, I want to thank Hertrich Nissan here in Dover, Delaware, and especially their salesman Tori. We've been here before when we did the Sentra, and they treated us really nice. So if you come here, please ask for Tori because it's a really nice salesman, and she'll help you with anything that you need. So let's jump right into it by popping the hood on this V8 and seeing what's powering. Okay. All right. So under the hood, we have a Coyote 5-liter V8 engine. This has the active valve exhaust, so you can get 486 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. Rather, without the active exhaust, you'll get 480 and 415. But you can see you have air intakes on both sides right here to keep your engine cool to that really beautiful 5.0 V8 engine that looks really nice in the engine bay, sounds really nice, and the performance is actually really good on this 5-liter V8. It's on struts, so it's really easy to lift and close. And this 5.0 V8 has been the classic Ford Mustang V8 engine for years. But, this is why I'm happy that we got to review this. Obviously, with the goal of my last channel was, review cars that are suitable for 15 and 16-year-olds. I kind of expanded when now that I'm doing this car, and I've done more sporty cars and things like that. But this 5.0 V8 might not be the perfect first car, but performance-wise, this car is perfect. So let's start by describing the front of the car and do a full walk around of this car. So right in the middle and on the key, you have your silver horse Mustang logo. That's the classic Mustang logo, also been around for years. Like I said, plenty of venting for your V8. Full LED headlights. You don't have any fog lights, as this is kind of like more of the base model Ford GT model. You have, what I think is really cool is you have this venting right here. It looks really nice. It makes this car look really sporty, along with these sharp lines going through the whole hood, extending through the whole thing. As you move along, you have your 18-inch wheels, 18-inch alloy wheels with Mustang Brembo brakes. So this car is going to have even sportier braking and better, handling ability for being a V8 in the sports car. You have your classic 5.0 liter, or 5.0 badge. A lot of people just say this is the 5.0, but classic badge embedded on both sides of your Ford Mustang GT. I am a little bit sick, so excuse me. You have blind spot monitoring on the glass for safety, so you don't always have to check behind your shoulder. It's just better precautions. Keyless entry for both the doors. You can see right here, 2024 Ford Mustang. You have capless fueling. This is recommended since it's a V8, 87 octane plus. 18-inch alloy wheels in the back also. If you move along here, the classic Mustang rear end, the taillights that go up with the red stripes. The Mustang rear end has been modernized, but it has not completely changed at all since the beginning of Mustang. You have your rear parking sensors and your metal exhaust tips. Like I said, you have an active valve exhaust. Sorry for that. Somebody's life is probably going to have to get saved. Like I said, you have your LED tail lights with the classic Mustang GT badge on the back. I don't know what is happening. There's people just doing stuff everywhere right now. But let's pop the trunk so we can see how much room we're working with. Ooh. So back here, you have pretty good room for a sports car. I mean, this is obviously not like a family mobile, but you have plenty of room to store things that you'll need, whether it's school bags or sports bags, anything you'll need. Back here, under here, you do have a donut spare tire. Obviously, it's not going to be the size of your real tire, but if you get broken down on the side of the road, that will help. You have a little spoiler up here. It's a bit of an addition. Looks pretty cool. Makes it give you that even more sportier look. And yeah, in this really nice dark matter gray paint, this Mustang 5.0 looks really nice. So let's jump on the inside and see what that looks like. All right, now that we're on the inside of this Mustang, it is really hot outside, so forgive me for sweating. But something really cool is this has a 6-speed manual transmission. I will talk a little bit more about that. But right now, let's hear what this exhaust sounds like in this V8. Alright, so the interior of the Mustang has completely changed since the last generation. I remember that you used to be able to have a fully digital gauge cluster or a half digital gauge cluster in the last generation, and then you had your screen right here. But the new generation has completely changed. So if I take the phone, we can talk about the front seat. So right here, you have your flat bottom steering wheel, leather wrapped with your Mustang logo. You have your cruise control settings right here. Like I said, 6-speed manual transmission. You have a clutch pedal. You actually have to know how to drive a manual to be able to drive a manual like I do. So, which does take some practice, so I'm not judging or anything, but you do have a 6-speed manual, so you have 6 gears to go through. Since this is kind of like a more base model GT, you have 2 separate screens right here. In the higher trims, it's just one big screen. Down here, you have your engine start stop button, and then a few controls like your traction control, hazard lights, and a couple other things with this button, which I want to get into. So this is your My Mustang button. So if I press this, it brings up this screen, the My Mustang screen. You control your track apps, so let's go through this. You have your acceleration timer, brake performance, lap timer, launch settings, and shift indicator. As well as over here, you have 3 different options. This has launch control, line lock, and rev matching. This car having rev matching is really cool, but it having a line lock is even cooler, so you can warm up your tires before you hit the track. But rev matching, what it'll do is when you're downshifting, you won't have to blip the throttle, so it'll do that for you, so it's easier to drive the 6-speed manual. If you go out, you can look through some of your auxiliary gauges so you can see how your performance is, whether it's your engine or your oil PSI, battery voltage, or your brake. Over here, your custom mode where you control what kind of, you have different profiles. So if I was profile 1, there's also profile 2, but you can control what drive mode you're in and go into more depth, whether it's your exhaust noise, your track, your view on your track, which is really cool. So if I bounce back over to this screen, you can control different screens. So this is the normal one. This is the normal one. If we go into sport, I'll just look it over here. So normal, and then you have sport, and then you have your calm, which is just a basic one, and then track, which is my favorite one, and then your classic 67 to 68, also really cool, and then your Fox body. It goes through all the generations of the Mustang one, and then the SVT Cobra one, that's really cool, honestly, how they did that, how they have all the different years of Mustangs, and you can make your instrument cluster look just like that. I think that's really cool. Over here, you can control your ambient lighting throughout the car, and like I said, your cluster theme. So this is your passenger airbag warning. A lot of cars have that. But the only thing I wish that this car has that it does not is functional AC controls. If you see my videos, I usually talk about how they'll be functional, and it's really good because you don't have to sort through the screen to turn up the volume. Luckily, they're just down here, and you just have to press the button, but I think it would just be easier to have a dial I could just turn so I can make myself cooler or warmer depending on the season. Right here is your lever parking brake. So obviously you have a 6-speed manual. You want to leave it, depending on how you want to park it, you leave it in first gear, or you just put the parking brake on. Right here you have these nice cloth bucket seats with leather inserts on the side and the back of the headrest. These seats are super comfortable and they are heated. So these are really nice bucket seats. I know the premium version has the leather seats, but these seats are super comfortable. Down here, you have your trunk popper, your headlight controls, and your dimming controls. Over here, you have your powered mirrors, powered windows, and your powered locks on the side of the door. And over here, you have a little bit of fake carbon fiber It looks, I mean, it makes the car look sportier and it looks pretty cool, but it's not real carbon fiber. Auto dimming mirror, mirror with vanity lights, sunglass holder up here, and then there's my dad. Um, but yeah, this is the front seat of the Mustang GT. I'll get in the back so you can see how you can drive people around if you have no legs and you want to sit in the back. I'm ducking down heavily because this is a low sports car, but I'm going to show how difficult it is to get to these non-existent back seats. This is going to be a little embarrassing. So we pull this latch from the back and then slide my feet in, scoot my butt down, try and get my feet under the seat, and then move the seat back to where it was. This is not comfortable. I mean, my head is touching the glass. Obviously, my knees are almost extending out past farther the seat. My left knee is trying to lose blood circulation. And I'm not very comfortable, but the benefit is I have some pockets behind the driver, so if you need any storage, but the seats themselves aren't too uncomfortable. I just have no legroom or headroom, but could I sit here for a couple-hour road trip? No. I'd have to take my Tacoma. I'd have to get one of my other friends' cars because this is not a road trip car. This is a performance-based V8 car, which is perfectly fine because I love sports cars as much as the next, car enthusiast. But backseat room is not ideal if you want to daily drive this car and if you have a family. But my dad did have a Mustang when my brother was born, so I guess technically you can use this as a family car. So another thing I want to show is how to get out. So you want to slide the seat out, slide the seat forward, get your feet out, and then just kind of finagle your way out until you are up and out of this Mustang GT. But that's about it for the interior and exterior. Let's move on to a driving review. All right, now that we're doing a road test for this performance-based 5-liter V8 Mustang, you can hear the rowdiness and the throatiness of this exhaust sound, and it sounds so good. This is a sports car, so you feel the bumps because, the suspension is stiffer, so you can have that performance feel, but this car is super nice. Obviously, you get up to speed really, really good with that 5-liter V8, and I love Mustangs. They're one of my favorite performance cars. I have in my Instagram bio that my dream car is a GTD, but that has changed, so I probably have to change it. But the comfortability and the seats in this Mustang, just for an interior part, is really good. Like I said, I don't like having to reach through the screen to sort with the AC stuff, but that's just for this generation. But if we do, as we pick up the speed, I'm not driving because I'm not 16, but my dad has the 67, the old generation Mustang gauges put up, and I think that's really cool how customizable this car is and how you want it to be. But yeah, just an overall review of this Mustang GT and how the Mustang has progressed is really cool, and I'm really glad I got to review a V8 like this. All right, so it is a different day. I forgot to film an outro of the day, but right now I'm standing in front of my Toyota Tacoma that it has a video coming soon. But thank you for watching the video on the 2024 Mustang GT. I really want to give a big shout out to and thank you to Hertrich Nissan and their salesman Tori, who has helped us with any questions or let us test drive, do anything that we need for that review. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, my channel is in a different name. It's unfortunate that my other channel that was 15 reviews got deleted off of YouTube. We got deleted for some reason, but I don't really know what the new name means. But yeah, so my new channel is AutoMove. You can see my logo is different. Everything's different about it. But yeah, I pulled out the Tacoma because this is going to be an example of another review that I'm going to be doing of a full in-depth review of my Toyota Tacoma. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for watching, and bye.